Hui is someone who I have extreme admiration for. When I think about Hui, he has this perfect balance. He has this amazing creativity, but he's also able to execute at the highest level of excellence. His attention to detail is phenomenal. I also think one of the things that Hui is very, very good at is establishing relationships. If you need something on this island, Hui is the go-to person. Whatever you need on this island, Hui will make it happen. He's hungry and he's curious. He's always challenging himself. In public relations, the stories always have to be fresh. Today's story is old news. And so Hui is always looking on the lookout for something. And if something's not obvious, he creates it.
He's self-made. And I think there is humility in that. He never has been one to sit back and wait for things to fall into his lap. He is someone that's going to make it happen. When I think about Hui and his time at Hawaiian Airlines, it was a time of growth for us to places that we'd never been, international destinations, again, very exciting. It was uncharted for us in our little group, that what we were responsible for. Hui has this 365-degree kind of look. Whoever the client is, whoever his business partners are, whoever he represents, that kind of broad overview about the who, the why, and the where. At the heart of it, I think Hui is a storyteller.
We're very grateful to have someone like Hui. Hui, he's a very calming influence on all of us. And he's unwavering. And I think he has the heart of giving and caring that really shines through. And his dedication to connecting us to the community, helping us to connect to the community, that's been an invaluable asset to our company and to our nonprofit. I always think of him as a young guy who has so much old wisdom about him, but I think that's just his experience in the field, and he knows exactly how to lead us forward.
Hui has done so much to support our mission.
What I love about Hui is that he is just such a caring person. I feel that at the end of the day, no matter what it is, he really always shows that he cares about our mission.
I just knew that he was very passionate. He's a consummate PR person, and he does hard things at an absolute fabulous level. And I think the thing that impresses me the most about him is he does big projects. He makes sure that Doug, the hotel, always is present and in the forefront. So from the big and small things, like a great PR person, he always makes sure top to bottom, sideways, left to right, everything is spot on so that when the final product is done, it's perfect. But he also makes sure that he still keeps his community work front and center. So while he does have a great job and a high profile job, and a job that expects a lot from him, he still finds time for his community work.
He's really just amazing. There's no other words to describe Hui. He's really dedicated not just to his craft, but to really bringing up the next generation of PR professionals. So I think a lot of people think the Gregg W. Perry Award is for someone who's been in the profession in sort of their later years of their career. But Hui has done so much in his career. That to me demonstrates just how forward-thinking, how creative, how dedicated he is to his craft. You know, he's worked at a lot of big brands and has, every time he's left those companies, I think he's actually left their PR department in a better spot. He comes up with creative ideas and brings in partners and creates these partnerships between the places he actually worked with before and his current employers. And he really does involve the right people in elevating brands.
He is always on the lookout for what's special, what's unique, and how can we craft that to be relevant to our resort. You know he loves luxury. Hui was meant to be luxury. So whether it is in food, whether it is in luxury goods, whether it is cars he drives, he's always on the lookout and always being inspired and excited by these details and the enlivening of the senses. Well, when I think of the word professional, I mean, Hui really is that consummate professional in everything he does. Always challenging himself. He holds himself to an extremely high standard. He pushes himself, and therefore he rises the boat for all of us. We are all better because of Hui. There are very few people in my circle, and I know there may be people hearing this that also have had opportunity to interact or work for me, but Hui is one that I have 100+% trust in everything.
Hui has a very sophisticated style, very intentional, always conscious about who he's representing, and that always wanting to give his best and even more. He is, as we know, born and raised in Hawaii, so very aware and astute of his community. He is one of the few people that I had the privilege to work with that I didn't have to convince that there is a native culture, that there is a native respect of tradition, of these talents and skills that come from the host culture. He is one that advocates for that.
When the tragedy hit Lahaina and there was that fire, and we wanted to do something to help the families, and we were able to eventually bring 1,100 ukuleles, take it to Maui, and to help the families. Hui really helped us to coordinate, put this together, to get the word out. It became just a great emotional experience.
Hui knows great stories, he knows how to time manage, he knows how to bring things alive. And I knew that from what I saw back then, that he would be a total great fit for Hawaiian Airlines. I knew the people in marketing, that they would respect and really appreciate what Hui brought to the table, and he just really added to the team and did great work.
And I think he also has this great sensitivity to Hawaii. So every place that he's worked at, he embodies sort of that aloha spirit, right? And being very sensitive to Hawaiian culture and embracing everything that makes Hawaii special, especially for those big national brands.
Put a lot of work into his profession. He's had extreme mentors along the way. He's never forgotten those mentors. He stays connected with them and continues to give back, not only from a professional, but in everything he does. He is always someone that you can count on.